and today I'm going to be showing you what's on my iPhone and how I edit my Instagram pictures. So to start off, I have the gold iPhone 7 Plus, and for my case I just have this really simple minimalistic black and white marble case, and to match that I have a black and white marble pop socket. The case is not very protective, it's just a really thin silicone case that I got from Amazon. I also got the pop socket from Amazon, so I'll put a link to them down below if you want the same one. On my lock screen I have this really pretty and trendy palm leaf wallpaper. I just got it from Google and I thought it looked really nice. And my home screen wallpaper is just, again, another black and white marble. So to start off, I have App Store, Weather, Safari, and Settings on the very top row, and then after that I organize my apps into folders by what they are used for. So in the very first folder, as you can see, I label or name my folders with emojis just because that's what I like to do. I think it's fun. So this is my photography kind of folder. So I have VSCO and UNUM, which I'll get into later when I show you how I edit my Instagram pictures. I also have Snapseed. I use that for editing pictures as well, but I like to use it for ambiance and exposure because it's really good at doing those kind of edits on pictures. I have Snapchat and Bitmoji, which go together, and I just use that for personal things. I don't use it for YouTube or anything. My next folder is video. Instaz is a video and photo, but I do it for both, but I just put it in the video folder. What it does is you can select a picture or video and it just makes it square, and you can also edit the video and stuff like that. So then next to that I have Boomerang, which is an Instagram related app. A lot of people know what Boomerang is. I just got the separate app for that. Then I have iMovie and Keynote, which came on my iPhone. I don't really use it, but it's still there in case I do want to. Then I have GoPro. I have a GoPro, obviously, and it does not have a screen on it, so if I want to know what I am filming and all the settings and everything, I can just connect my GoPro to this app and be able to control everything by using this, and it's very helpful and useful. The next app I've only used once, but it's called Rotate and Flip, and I just used it to rotate a video for Instagram. The next folder is YouTube. So I obviously have the YouTube app, which I use all the time. Then I have voice memos, and I used to use that for my voiceovers, but I have an actual microphone now, so I don't use that app anymore. I have mail, so I can email myself things, and notes, so I can keep track of video ideas and everything like that. My next folder is really full because I use it all the time, and it's my school folder. So the first app that I have is called Student View, and this is where I can see my grades for my school, and so yeah, I check them daily, and it's really useful. Then I have Calculator. I use that sometimes for math. And then I have Clock, which is where I have all my alarms, so I'm able to wake up in the morning because I am not a morning person. Then I have Reminders, and occasionally if I have an important test or something due that I don't want to forget, I will write it down in Reminders. The next three apps are all connected to each other. It's Gmail, Drive, and Docs. And I don't always use these because I use them on the computer, but when I don't have access to the computer right then, I would refer to my phone, so it's very handy. Then I have Calendar, so I know what day it is, and if I have a test that day or anything like that. Then I have Quizlet, which I use all the time. It's basically online flashcards, and some of my classes use this, and so I have different folders that I have different things to study on here, and it's a very good source for studying because it has all different kinds of ways to study. Then the row next to under that, I have FaceTime, phone, and messages, so it's all green ones just right there. Then I have another folder, and it's my shopping folder. I have Forever 21, and Forever 21, I sometimes find things that I like, so I heart it, so maybe I want to find it in store or order it, because yeah, I want to buy it. Then I have OfferUp, and I sell some of my things on OfferUp to make some money. Then on my bottom row, I have Camera, Instagram, which is my favorite app, Photos, and then Pinterest. I use Pinterest a lot for inspiration. So I have room decor, my style, Instagram aesthetic, I have drawings, flat lays, poems, selfie ideas, nails, fun things to do, DIY, all sorts of things, and so I use this all the time because it's really good for inspiration. Then the last page, or the next page or whatever, I barely ever go to this page because yeah, things I don't use, and so this folder is called Don't Use, and it's just all the pre-downloaded apps that iPhone gives you and won't let you delete, so they go in that little folder right there. And then I have Facebook, which I just have. I don't rarely ever use it, but yeah. Now I'm going to show you how I edit my Instagram pictures. So we're going to open up VSCO or Visco, and what I do is I import a picture, which I already got 2 sample pictures to show you guys how I do it. So I'm going to open up this picture, and my all-time favorite filter is A6. I don't know, I just love it so much. So in some cases I keep it all the way up, and sometimes I lower it so it's not as intense. But in this picture, I actually keep it. Then, that's all I do for the filters. And then I go into Effects, and for exposure, I bring it down for this picture because it was a little bright. So that's what I did there. And then sometimes I add contrast. This picture does not need contrast, so I don't do that. It does need some cropping though, just crop out my legs. Saturation, sometimes I go down if I'm a little too saturated. Highlights, I go up. I think I went up on this one. So as you can see, the difference is there. And that's pretty much it for this picture. That's all I really do. It's not very complicated at all. So it actually seems a little too dark now. So I think that's good. There we go. And so I'm just gonna edit this one really quick for you, so you can see. So I would do that filter. And because this was taken on Snapchat, there's a big negative space. So to see what it'll look like on Instagram, I just go there and crop it. Then for this specific photo, I like grain on it. I just think it's a photo that would look good with grain. So I do it pretty high just so it's like really grainy. And so other than that, there's no other adjustments. Exposure is good, and so that's how I would leave that picture. So once I export the pictures, I then bring it into UM, which this is an amazing app. And so what I do in here is that you usually get grids, but but I filled up all my grids. But they're empty grids. You import your pictures, and so now you can see what your Instagram will look like, and I can still move them around and everything like that. And what's also really cool is if you click on a picture, you can import it directly to Instagram. You can delete it, you can edit it, you can also press this little feather and you can caption it right on here, so when you go to import it to Instagram from here, it keeps that caption so you don't have to enter it or anything. Also, if you go over to this little hourglass, this is really helpful. You can add reminders, so if you want to post on this day at a certain time, and then you can do that. So actually I don't want that, so I'm going to delete it. Then you can also do custom posts, so you can pick these, pick a day, and so it'll remind you in case you have scheduled posts. Then you can go to your calendar and just see all your reminders and custom posts. You can also go to this little graph down here, and it tells you your last 12 posts, how many likes, comments you've gotten, your top posts with followers, and you can see all kinds of different things, best hashtags and best times. So my best times is Monday at 12 p.m., Friday 8 p.m., and Wednesday 2 p.m. You can just see more information for each of these. So this is a really, really handy app, and I love using this. And so yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you found it somewhat interesting, and maybe you can get something out of this and use it for your Instagram, or you found new apps that you want. And so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!